Ashland, Kentucky. Following yesterday's jailing, this is obviously a little old, yesterday's jailing of a county clerk for stating that it is not possible for her to obey an order to issue marriage licenses to homosexuals against God's law. It is now being noted that the same federal judge also once ordered Kentucky students to be re-educated about homosexuality despite their objections. In 2003, the American Civil Liberties Union, the same group that filed suit against the Rowan County clerk, Kim Davis, sued the Boyd County Board of Education to force it to agree to allow a gay-straight alliance club to meet at Boyd County High School. A number of parents had strongly opposed the group following its initial formation, with approximately 70 attending a school council meeting to speak out on the matter. The school board temporarily suspended the meeting of all student groups due to controversy over the matter, but the Bible and drama clubs allegedly continue to meet despite the ban. Students with Alliance subsequently contacted the ACLU, which filed suit over the matter. Insane. New York governor urges residents to prepare for future disasters. What? New York, Sputnik. Russians. Residents of the U.S. State of New York are urged to create an emergency plan that they can activate in the event of a natural or man-made disaster, New York Governor Andrew Cuomo said in a statement. That's right. September is Prepared Month. G.I. Joe shooting massive multi-agency martial law drill underway in Fox Lake, Illinois. This was posted on September 2nd. Keep that in mind. This is not immediately going on right now. As staged multi-agency drills go, they don't come much bigger than this one. This afternoon, a mass manhunt was underway by law enforcement in Fox Lake, Illinois, to find suspects following the shooting of a local police officer, fatally shot while in pursuit of the three men on Tuesday morning. Now remember, I asked the question, are these planned killings? We're told that the downed officer was Lieutenant Charles Joseph G.I. Joe, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, Gillenowitz, 52, a 30-year veteran with the Fox Lake Police Department. We are told also that he was a married father of four. A loss such as this would certainly be a tragedy for this small community. This should never happen. Joey just loved his job, said Thomas Poulos, a retired Waukegan police officer who says he went to high school with Glenowitz in Antioch, Illinois. It has not yet been explained why his nickname is G.I. Joe, but he appears to sport a military look, including a cropped Marine-style haircut, so one might also only assume that he carried a similar persona while policing. At a brief staged news conference in the morning, authorities announced they were searching for two white men and one black man. No other details were given, and police even admitted they had no other information about the three alleged suspects. Regardless, this did not seem to stop law enforcement and the mainstream media from quickly gearing up for one of the largest manhunts TV productions staged so far this year in the U.S. Did this shooting really happen the way the police claim it happened on Tuesday morning? And are there really three suspects at large? Time will tell what is fact and what is fiction in this case, but one thing is certain. Whether real or fake, both the federalized police fusion apparatus and the corporatized mainstream media have been a bit too enthusiastic in staging this enormous production, one of the biggest mechanized police state exhibitions we've seen to date, all to contain a threat which appears to be marginal at best. Martial law was imposed on Tuesday. Within 90 minutes, a large perimeter envelope was set up and martial law was essentially put into place throughout Fox Lake. Local schools were put on lockdown, and all 10,000 residents of Fox Lake were quickly ordered to shelter in place by the authorities for the entire day. Teams of heavily armored police with semi-automatic assault rifles, dressed in body armor and full tactical gear, then began conducting house-to-house searches, claiming they were looking for the three suspects. Police made sure a select few of these house searches were filmed from designated helicopters overhead. And while watching the coverage of the house searches, it was obvious that police house raids were being choreographed for the TV. So police on the ground were being directed according to where the overhead film crews were positioned to capture the best possible shots of their militarized operation. As expected, CNN continually praised the police, remarking how dangerous the situation was at about the potential for them suspects going into a family house and taking hostages. Moving on. China's Zhao kept saying the bubble burst at G20 meeting September 4th. Zhao Ziaoshan, governor of China's central bank, said 3 times to a G20 gathering that a bubble in his country had burst. I think we're going to be feeling that a little bit more later on here. Let's keep going. Obama is already blaming Republicans for a potential government shutdown. We haven't even heard the word that much on mainstream media of a government shutdown yet. The only reason I've been reporting on this lately is because I'm getting it in my inbox. A possible federal government shutdown is still nearly a month away, but President Obama on Saturday began to lay the blame for such a shutdown at the feet of Republican leaders in Congress. In his weekly address, the president said Republicans are playing games with the economy by once again allowing the end of the fiscal year to draw near without a budget deal in place. The fiscal year ends September 30th. If Congress doesn't reach a budget agreement by then, the government will shut down for the second time in 2 years. And there's a lot of issues that we've got going. I wouldn't say that they're not going to shut down. It's quite likely. More than a 60% chance, if I recall correctly, and that was just a couple months ago. Actually, less than a month ago, excuse me. Now, to finish up, this is the last article I got to cover here for right now. The world's first blood rave to be held in Amsterdam, Halloween night. Talk about a ritual. Therefore, rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Revelation 12:12. Editor's note, the tide is darkness has been steadily on the rise since 2008 in America and around the globe, as the Antichrist gets ready to make his appearance on the world stage. An unsaved world is preparing to receive him. These are the days of prophecy in the last moments. See, this is where I lose. You guys know my stance on the pre-trib rapture, and I'm not going to state anymore because I'm not trying to start a controversy or have a whole entire comment section about the pre-trib rapture. You know where I stand, that I don't believe in the pre-trib rapture. I believe in post-trib. So I'll go ahead and read it anyways. The last moments before a rapture, or the rapture of the church, according to, what's this one? Now the end begins. Which will usher in time of Jacob's trouble. The devil knows that he will have but a short time, and he plans on making every minute count. A rave scheduled to take place on Halloween in Amsterdam is planning to shower clubbers with sprinklers filled with gallons of blood. The secretive event, posted on Facebook, does not specify whether the blood will be real or synthetic, but is said to be inspired by the graphic opening scene from the horror film Blade. That is just vile. That is just vile. That's something else. That really takes clubbing to a whole new level. I don't even know how to go on after reading that. Unsurprisingly, the organizers of the graphic event are remaining anonymous and have even listed the place of the event as a discreet location in Amsterdam. According to the event page, Blood Rave is a nightlife community for like-minded individuals, with the rave description ending with the question, thirsty. Let me tell you what's going on. They are turning people around the world into Satanists without them even knowing it. How fun, how cool. Oh, look, it's the new crave because Kim Kardashian smears blood all over her face because it makes her skin look younger, some crap, whatever she did. That becomes the new rave. People who worship Kim Kardashian follow right after it. People who want to get involved in blood raves, well, they're